Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Libra for the month of December 2024. Do remember, Libra, that this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Three of Swords, clarified by the Eight of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Six of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Swords. In the present position, we have the Ace of Pentacles, clarified by the Tower card. And in the future outcome position, we have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. So one thing that stands out to me right away for the month of December, as this is a very sensitive month for you, and so moving forward you really have to pay attention to every step that you take. Be mindful of the words that you say, because you do have four sword cards in this spread, and swords are basically a symbolism for words, and words can be quite impactful, and so you want to make sure to use the words sparingly. Also, we're still in the Mercury retrograde at this time, making communication more challenging, and so you want to make sure you start the month off with being sensitive to other people around you as well as to your own thoughts. Be aware of negative thinking. Be aware that nature of life is cyclical, so the negative thinking will eventually dissipate and more positivity is going to come in. But let's take a look at the spread. Let's see what we've got here. And we do see that in the past position we've got the Three of Swords, which is a card of disappointment. It's not the most pleasant card, if you will. The Three Swords are piercing the heart, meaning that somebody, said something that was disappointing to you, that have caused you to experience a little bit of feeling low and feeling anxiety and feeling overall unsatisfied with how things are playing out. And of course, we as human beings tend to overly focus and overly identify on the negative rather than keep it balanced and see the full spectrum of our life in every aspect of our life. But the good thing is that this card is in the past position, so this disappointment has already occurred and you're still feeling the lingering effects of the Three of Swords, but it is in the past, which is supposed to give you a good amount of comfort. This Three of Swords moment definitely caused a little bit of an emotional dissatisfaction, emotional pain, and it's important to remember that pain is a fertilizer for growth. Without pain, we do not grow, so the divine basically shined the light on an area of your life where you needed to grow. The good thing is that you have the Eight of Swords in the clarifying position, and at first glance, the Eight of Swords is a card where a person, is kind of bound and feels like they're stuck in a situation. But the good thing is that happiness is not that far, because we see on this mountain there's a castle there, which symbolizes your home and safety and comfort. So you ventured out onto the beach, where the winds picked up and the weather wasn't so welcoming, and in fact you're not stuck. In fact, you are super brave by seeing this situation through. You're not running away from it. You're brave enough and courageous enough and smart enough and experienced enough to know that it's teaching you something. And so the fact that you are not running away from it is, really noticed by the divine and really appreciated as well. Some of this disappointment moment was caused to you by knowledge. The more you learned, the more you kind of grown to feel dissatisfied. But, you know, if you keep going, you're going to get through it and you're going to come out on the other end. You may feel in the month of December like you are struggling to trust people, which again, it's okay because life is cyclical, and so that moment in time will pass, and 2025 is going to bring in completely new outlook on life and completely new situations and aspects in your life that is going to make this moment, you know, become a distant past, something that you kind of look on without necessarily feeling so negative about it. You'll see it as a growth period in your life. You know, being let down has happened in the past. It's not like you're being let down in this present moment. So it's good that this combination is in the past position. The obstacle in the month of December, it seems to me, with the Six of Pentacles is somebody is abusing your generosity. Somebody is not kind of giving you your fair share. You may be putting in more time into something. You may be putting in more energy into something and not feeling like it's being reciprocated the way it is supposed to be. Because there is a bit of a power play happening in the month of December, where, you know, you are playing your own chess game and the other people are playing their own chess game. Because remember, the Six of Pentacles here doesn't just have one person, it has three people. And the same thing with the Six of Swords as well. It doesn't just have one person, it has three people, which means that it, you know, the situation is not just, you know, involving you. It's the interaction with someone else in your life as well, where you feel things are not being equal give and take. And so once you kind of become aware of that, you start to see that there are some kind of strings being attached, that something is not being given to you unconditionally, but in fact there are some kind of conditions that are assigned, that are involved. Someone is not sharing the same way that you are sharing because they're being greedy. And if they're being greedy, that just shows how small they are and how undeveloped they are on their own side, right? And sometimes it's hard to see because a lot of, you know, people usually try and put their best foot forward while trying to hide their shadow side. So it's up to you to be kind of like a little bit of an investigator and really observe people around you, because you'll start to notice the chinks in their armor and their weaknesses and how they are behaving, and you'll start to see the way their energy flows. And once you see that, you will be able to stand firm in your position. There's some kind of unresolved, you know, disagreements with the Six of Swords here. Again, the sword card, words being shared, like, you know, somebody says something to you that isn't so pleasant, then you respond, you know, in a defensive manner. There's some kind of an unresolved emotional attachment, some kind of strings that are happening in the month of December, but you are breaking through it because you are seeing clearly. As the month of December progresses, you know, all of a sudden you're starting to see more and more and more, and it's no longer something you can deny. And once you see that clarity, once that clarity is sinking in and permeating all of your energy levels, you are going to be able to see the path forward, and you're going to be able to see why and what was the whole point of the situation. So something something is coming, is coming to the top. It's being unraveled. It's being shown so that you can move forward with your eyes open. In the present position, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a card, one of my favorite cards. It's a card of new beginnings. With the Tower clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, it tells me that your priorities are changing. Again, it is because of that clarity that you're starting to kind of see more and more and more. It's not that you noticed one thing, but you're noticing one thing after another, and it's like a cascading effect that is happening in your life where you're able to have far more clarity that you've had up to this point. And with the Tower, it's one of those things where the clarity is kind of sudden. It is kind of happens while you're busy doing something else. There's clearly some kind of deception that is being dismantled, and this is why in the beginning of the reading I said, be very sensitive as you're moving throughout the month of December, because every step is very important. You are on the precipice of a brave new world, which is coming into being, and so things that no longer serve you, things that you have outgrown, things where you can no longer be used to, like things that can no longer be used to manipulate you, are falling apart, and you are seeing sort of the world much more clear. Remember, we're all programmed, we're all conditioned, so as the programming falls away, as the conditioning falls away, our lens becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. And once you start to realize, how much clarity you're experiencing, it's, very difficult to maintain the old structures. So if a friendship was based on some kind of a condition, it can't move forward. If a relationship was based on some kind of a condition, some kind of exchange of energy where you were putting in more, or maybe, because in tarot energy is reversible, so it could be you who has been putting in less and the other person has been putting in more. Whatever the situation is, whatever the relationship is, it's becoming more and more clear. Things that have been swept under the rug are being kind of brought into the light, and so the old structures are, as a result of that, are crumbling. And so although you do have this new beginning, new offer on the table that is coming in, it is going to be built without the old conditioning. It's going to be created in a much more stronger way without whatever the old was trying to do to manipulate you. You're going to be creating something beautiful and something wonderful in a much more solid way, because the new offer is on the table. And so this is a very, very nuanced situation that is happening. You're going to be moving forward, being aware of all these nuances and using the clarity to build something much stronger on a better foundation. Now, we do have the Seven of Swords in the future outcome position, and the Wheel of Fortune in the clarifying position. So this is kind of a test that you will be going through towards the end of December, because the Wheel of Fortune is a major arcana destiny card, and it is a reminder that yes, your luck is changing for the better. But if you are going to cut corners, if you're going to engage in sneaky, deceptive behavior, the Wheel of Fortune will turn. and it will bring about less luck, if you will. So this is the test from the divine, where the divine is throwing something that is going to tempt you, and that is going to distract you, that is going to make you feel like, well, maybe I can get away with this. Maybe, I deserve, better things, wonderful things in my life. So maybe I can just cut this one little corner and, get an advantageous position and then move forward. But the Wheel of Fortune here is saying, be careful. Be careful with sneaking or deceit or cutting corners, because the destiny will balance things out, and it's going to have a very long lasting effect. The Wheel of Fortune definitely brings in an unpredictability element to this spread. So again, if your intentions are good and your actions are, consistent with the intentions that you have, then you will bring about a whole new, amazing, world for yourself, where you will feel like you're leveling up tremendously. Again, you create from inside out. You create based on your beliefs. So if you believe this person is bad, then you're going to look for confirmations that this person is bad. If you believe this person is good, then you're going to look for confirmations that this person is good. You look for confirmations to your beliefs, because that is how your ego, that is how other elements of you function. And this is why I always mention, observe, but don't absorb, because when you use that being an eagle on an eagle's perch, you create a distance between yourself and the situation, which allows you to have neutrality, which means whatever that situation is, whatever that relationship is, it's not going to have as greater impact. People tend to feel too much, and sometimes our feelings can be misleading, or we interpret them in a misleading way. And so creating a distance allows you to preserve your energy, and it allows you to learn from a safe distance, rather than be in the middle of a situation and get all kinds of energy being crossed and impact you. Because every time you're in a situation, your energy, you create an energetic cord with that situation, with that person, with that coworker, with that friend. So when you sit on an eagle's perch and maintain that observing kind of attitude, you preserve yourself, and also you preserve all the resources that you have at your disposal. Now I'm going to shuffle the tea leaf cards to see what clarification we can get from the divine for the tarot cards. And one card fell out. Two cards fell out, actually. We've got Bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. We also have Funnel, period of frustrations, lessons to be learned. Usually frustration means that that you're going through a growth period. Again, it means your mind is expanding from the comfort that it is used to. And once your mind expands, you are able to see and understand bigger and better and more, and it gives you more fulfillment. So up to this point, your cup was like this big, right? When you go through the growth period, your cup becomes this big. When you go through another growth period, your cup becomes this big. The same thing with your mind. The mind has to be expanded, and that that requires growth, and growth cannot happen without the fertilizer. What is the fertilizer? That's a little bit of frustration. That's a little bit of irritation. That's a little bit of pain. All of that is a fertilizer. The wound is where the light enters your body. If you have no wounds, you got no light. So it's very, very important to be, to remember that. And the last card we've got is Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. Yeah, you're going to be taking a chance, and I think this card very much connects with the Seven of Swords. There's some kind of a risky endeavor that you are moving towards, that you are contemplating, and that you are deciding would bring you an advantage in some way or form or shape. Now, I'm also going to pull a Shaman's Dream Oracle card, and we've got Fortune's Wheel again, luck and right timing. So something about timing specifically for the month of December. This is a big thing. Timing is a very, very big thing. A lot of times you can have all the money in the world and have the wrong timing, and other times you have no money in the world and all the luck, and things work out. So the timing here is on your side. So be hyper aware of the timing. Be hyper aware of the offer that is presented to you, of a chance that you're taking. The last card I'm going to pull is the Angel and Ancestor Oracle card, and we have Winter. Take care of your needs. So there are certain needs that you have. Make sure that you spend some time on those. The more you take care of the needs, the more prepared you'll be in the future for different endeavors. The wolf is one of the best animals on earth. He is very self-sufficient, very super smart. You know what the saying is, tigers and bears are in the circus, but not the wolf, because the wolf will not submit. And so you have that wolf spirit inside of you that is bringing more incredible knowledge towards you, and more experience towards you. So channel that wolf energy. Be self-sufficient and independent. Rely on your abilities and skills, and other people will notice. So this is the time to channel wolf energy. Thank you so much, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you think someone else may benefit from seeing this reading, please share it with them. And I hope you have a wonderful month of December. Thank you.